This is Delta One Business Class. If you're looking to fly in business class and wonder which airline to choose, you can't go wrong with the latest Delta One setup. This is a cubicle setup where you have your own space with a sliding door. It uses Cozy for blankets and your pillow, which is very comfortable. So you can see here the layout. This is the window seat. So it's configured in a way where the odd numbers is usually where you get the closest seating to the window. Cozy, again, very comfortable, and you have this huge display, also acts as a entertainment system. You have your coat hanger, and you have your seat controller right on the side. This is the A330-900, so an Airbus, not a Boeing. I find the footrest to be wide enough. I am close to 6 foot, and you can see there lots of space, and for a 6 foot person, plenty of space considering I'm slightly shorter than 6 foot. Anyone 6 foot and up, you should still be okay. You also have additional seat controller underneath the actual tray itself. You have your night setting, we call it suite setting, and of course your menu. All business class comes with 2 meals at minimum, either a snack meal and a full entree meal. So depending on the flight duration, anything 10 hours or more, you will have at minimum 2 full meals. Anything less between 6 to 10 hours, usually it's just 1 meal and a snack, optional. You have dessert, and they really have a variety of options here when it comes to drinks. You have non-alcohol as well as alcohol, but depends on which flight. Some don't have that many options for non-alcohol beverages, but it looks like this one does. So you have your coffee, tea, water, juice, mixes, wine. You can also do a mocktail as well if you don't want any wine. And this is unlimited. There's no cap. It depends on the discretion of the actual flight attendant. If you're having a little bit too much, then they might just say no. But I haven't had that experience or have heard that. So you do have your variety of alcohol beverages there. And we'll show you how the actual menu looks like in actuality once they serve that. You also get a amenity kit. Usually 99% of the time for any business class, you get amenity kits. That includes a night eye mask. You have your earplugs and also hand cream, lotion, toothbrushes, as well as a little package here. So let's see what's inside this amenity kit. They actually give you a comb as well. It looks like there's a comb, there's an eye mask, earplugs, and this will help you sleep at the time that you decide to sleep. So whether it's during the daytime, nighttime, whenever you want to take a nap, usually after the first meal, they dim the light down. So they use Humble Brush. So this is all natural, organic, recyclable. And looks like there's should be some lotion, hand cream, and you also have your actual earplugs earlier, and that just looks to be just a little package. They also give you a pen in case you want to take notes. And again, the seat controller on the armrest side, you have upright, relax, lounge, and bed. You also have your USB-A plug there. No USB-C. I haven't seen a USB-C on any business class as of late. So they also provide you with over-the-ear, and this is sanitized, over-the-ear ear cuffs, ear muffs for you to listen to music, watch movies, and listen to the sound and so forth, so you don't need to bring your own. The tray is sliding out. You also have the armrest where you have your controller. We'll check that out later. Some business class, you have a 3-point seatbelt. So extra safety, especially when you're laying down sleeping. if there's any turbulence. There's the window seat. If you're flying by yourself or you happen to have a window seat, always choose the odd numbers of seating. That will get you closest to the window and more privacy away from the aisle. So there's the view. Usually you should have at least 1.5 to 2 windows to yourself. And you can, of course, raise the leg rest up and you can relax. Again, they also give you slippers. So indoor slippers, for example, and you can take off your shoes so it's a little bit more comfortable. So you can adjust in multiple settings here. So there's 4 preset and you can stop at any time. You have light controls for your ambient lighting. You have additional lighting on top of the lighting overhead. So you have lightings for just your own self, just to give you more of a warm feeling that you're in a cozy environment. And it's a amber light, very less cool, more warm than the overhead light where it's a little bit more cool in color. And then when you move around, there's other additional switches here. In case you're laying down, you don't have to reach all the way up there for the other controller. And this controller, you have your vanity mirror right underneath the armrest. This controls your entertainment system. So the entertainment system, so you don't have to reach to touch on the screen. Although you can actually turn on the lights overhead without having to reach up there. And you also can ask for the flight attendant for help, and that will ring on top. You also have your volume control and also on and off, which is nice. Again, the earmuffs there, the Studio from Delta looks nice. Each seat has its own water bottle. And you have more storage back there. You can throw in your charger, wallets, purses, your phone, and while you're charging. No wireless charger. Some business class does have wireless charger, but I find that to be more gimmicky because its charge is really slow and you can't really use it. So always have it plug in. I hope to see USB-C come out soon because a lot of the phones nowadays only use USB-C to charge, with the exception of Apple phones prior to iPhone 15. And you can see here another armrest on the left hand side. This should be adjustable. Haven't figured that out yet. But the earmuffs here, let's go ahead and take this out to show you how it looks like. Again, they're all sanitized. They reuse it. Don't take this with you, although they won't find out until later, and then they'll end up charging you for it based on the seat number. So make sure you put this back after you're done using it. I haven't experienced anyone taking this after leaving the seat or being charged for it. You can see there is still up, confirming that it has been sanitized. And you can see there, right, left ear cuffs, very comfortable. It has this cushion. It feels almost as good as the Bose, if not the same. I wouldn't be surprised if they contract with Bose to design that and put their label on it. And you have your universal plug there. So you can use any plug from North America or other countries region. The speed on the airplane for internet is pretty decent actually, and it is included with this business class at no charge. You can see there, upload is very slow, but download is very decent, as quick as your average internet at home. Here's the first meal. You have your salad, your olive oil, and you have your corn soup here, which is delicious. The bread on any American airline, the bread is very dry and hard. So nothing usual there. I wish they warmed it up. But you have this beef stew or whatever they call this. It was okay. It's edible. It's not something that I find premium in any way, but it's definitely edible. The flavor itself, I would say 6 out of 10. It's just plain. The stew itself, the broth, it's okay. but the dessert is definitely something a little bit better in terms of actual entree itself. I chose the fruit dish, ice cream, and also the pastry. So you can choose all three or just one. Right now we're flying over the Atlantic. You can see there the visualization. We have multiple views, especially on Airbus. Some of these Airbus, you will be able to have a camera view, like a live feed. It depends on the airline, whether they opt for that when they purchase the airplane. That's why some airplanes, you will see it. Usually on the Airbus, they usually have those options. And the newer Dreamliner from Boeing sometimes have it too. Right here, you can see the animation. So flying back to LA from Paris, you can see there the animation started. Just like any typical, economy class view of the actual display. It's the same. You just have a bigger screen, bigger real estate here. But the animation is pretty good on these new Delta. And Delta, I find to be more premium compared to other airlines. I think in terms of American or United, Delta definitely has a step above, at least for now. We'll see over time. Back in the days, American Airlines used to have more premium seating, from what I recall. But as of late, Delta has it over their competition, at least the North America competition. Lots of animation here, flight tracker, aircraft. And you can look at your airports that you're landing in, which terminal. The display quality is really good. The resolution almost as high as 4K, if not it is 4K. The size of this screen, I didn't measure it, but it's at least, I would say, no less than 20 to 25 inch for sure. It's definitely on the wider end of the actual display itself compared to other airlines in business class. The size itself is similar to that, let's say, of your actual large display, if you project it from a laptop. But there's no lag. You can see there. The CPU is very quick, so each seat, you can see, and you can imagine if everybody's just scrolling through. There are some lag in other airplanes, but this Delta One on this Airbus is flawless. It's very quick, very prompt, as fast as a tablet, any recent tablets that's been released. So never had issue of it restarting, freezing up. Lots of movie options. You have variety here, categorized by countries as well as all. Of course, you have your Hollywood and also your classic movies. You have cartoons and children's videos, comedy. You have it broken down here. So Delta One, they categorize themselves as a / business class / first class, because there's no first class on this airplane. Delta One is the highest category for this airline, or at least this airplane. And you can see there, the actual amenities and the display, the seating position is very comfortable. You have your own cubicle. Nobody is really bothering you, whether they walk down or past the aisle. The seating itself, it looks stiff, but it's not. It's very comfortable. I would say it's between the soft end to the hard end is right in the middle, and it has a nice padding on top. It looks like they did wipe down the headrest. It just looks clean. I didn't see much debris. Again, this is a newer plane. The pillow, the blanket, it just goes well with that cozy. You can ask the flight attendant to cover up the actual seat to make your bedding. They do have limited supply, so we weren't able to get our hands on. You can see there is sort of like a mini cubicle, and you can close the door there. They ask you to leave it open before flights and at landing. So pre-landing check, pre-takeoff, you have to leave the door unlocked. Not that you can manually lock it, but there is a latch that you can just lock it in, and of course you can unlock it from the outside. But you cannot close this at takeoff or at landing. There's how the seat position once it's seated flat. You do have that little bump, that's the front seat. So if you have the even number seating, you'll be closer to the aisle. So you can see there's lots of space. I'm actually standing right at the door, right there, and you can see there's so much space. Just standing right at the door, and there's seating. So it's sort of nice. They don't have a guest seating area. Some business class and first class, you do have the passenger seat as well as a little spot for any guests. Like if you're traveling with a friend, family member, loved one, they can come by and visit you or have a meal with you. There's not enough space for that in here. So your classic traditional first class is a little bit more open. If you flew Hawaii Airlines before in business first class, is not that open. It's very, very restricted in that sense. So this is what the bathroom looks like in the Delta One area. So very clean. They clean it often, and also less usage because you have a limited number of usage from the Delta One passenger versus everyone in economy. If you're traveling with a partner or whoever, choose the middle seat so you have two seating. You can see there, I can reach the door. It looks wide based on the camera angle, but it's not. So that's how it looks like once everything's closed and the lights are off and dim. We're flying through the nights right now. You can see there outside the light up of the engine looks amazing from the window view, and you can just see it's just beautiful. And here we are heading for landing. So we're about to land soon in LA, and the view at the window is absolutely amazing. So we have two window views in this business class, Delta One first class, whatever you want to call it. They call it Delta One. They don't even call it business class, but it feels like a higher end business class compared to the competitor. So if you're flying and you're wondering if Delta One is worth it, or if you have other options, which one should you choose? You can't go wrong with Delta One. Other than the food is mediocre, so don't expect much from there, but you do have a variety of wines, alcohol, beverages, mixed drinks, and also non-alcoholic drinks, which you don't see common in a lot of the European airlines that have business class or first class. They have more variety of wine, I would say. The food itself, if you want great food, business class, definitely go with some Asian airliners. Usually they have better food, depends on your taste buds and what the preferences are, but I haven't had any bad experience with Asian airliners food. However, the seating position in this Delta One, I would say 9 out of 10 for considering it's a business class category. So if you're out there planning a trip, definitely consider Delta One. And so hopefully this video helped you make that decision and know what to expect when you're heading to the airport to Delta One. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Catch you all next time.